Gentlemen and female gentlemen, friends and future enemies, welcome one and all to a brand new episode of the Unhinged podcast. I am here with my co-host Hermes. She's, currently a friend, probably a future enemy. Pretty epic.
Absolutely.
Love that, love that. Sometimes she's even a present enemy, which is even...
Yep.
Today we're talking about the worst friendships online, all right? The dream situation. TommyInnit calling out Mizkif, calling out Dream, calling out XQC, calling out TommyInnit again. Going back and forth a little bit everywhere.
Mizkif got involved? Wait, what?
Zero Rizkif, as I call him. But, he got involved. Everyone's involved. Literally everyone's involved. It's a big shit show. Everyone's unhappy, especially not me, because I make content off of their downfalls and misery. Their misery pays for my Tesla.
I know nothing of it. I just play horror games. So, I am, once again, happy that all I do is play horror games and don't pay attention to social media.
That's the advantage of not caring. But you see, I do care. I will always be there at the Butthole of Chaos, which is the title of my upcoming novel. It's gonna be good. Definitely pre-order by subscribing. The Butthole of Chaos. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. Yes, the prolapse of misery is the sequel. I'm already working on that one.
You're already okay.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so good. But the point is, there's a massive drama going on online. Everyone's hating on each other. But the reason why I find it so fascinating is, as someone that has experience in backstabbery, the reason why this is so interesting is because essentially this is just like a friendship that's imploding and exploding because internet friendships are fickle, fake fucks. I feel like the best way...
99.9999% of the time.
Yeah, they all collapse and fail and die. Downfalls. That's what we're here for.
Listen, I've had friendships that lasted from online. That being said, it does transcend over into the IRL world.
I definitely have online friends that I still consider very, very good friends, obviously. And I'm very lucky and grateful to have them. And they have not yet backstabbed me. Some of them even have backstabbed me. You're okay. Whatever. You're getting there.
Hell yeah.
You're getting there. Whatever. Whatever. But
5-star restaurant.
anywho, I'm not giving you my mom's WhatsApp number. It's never happening. Okay? Never. No matter how many times you ask.
I want your grandpa's. Right? I want your grandpa's, not your mom's. I want your grandpa's.
He doesn't have WhatsApp. You cannot figure that shit
out. Well, then just tell me where he lives. We can meet there. We can hang out.
I am not doxing my grandfather. Okay.
Please.
But anyway, there's this massive public meltdown. Everyone's unhappy except for me. And I feel like the best way to cover it is basically TommyInnit released like the ultimate nuke of a video, basically destroying his adversary and former bestie. And I felt like we should definitely capitalize on the downfall of this man. So I felt like that's an appropriate way to use that as a springboard to discuss everything and talk about the ecosystem of fake friends and future enemies.
I think the worst thing about the whole because friendships live and die, right? Like IRL speaking, like in the real world. I know it's a terrifying place outside those walls, but it does exist. When you make friends, you have your moments together, but then sometimes your paths like go the opposite way. Like friendships just die, or even the backstabbery or a good car keying happens and like shit implodes and then people go their separate ways. I think the big freaking problem about online is whenever there is an explosion on the internet of a friendship, it is like it's like these two parties.
And I am gonna be the vulture eating the carrion.
Delicious ? But that's exactly it. Like it becomes like it's not just like two people like being like fuck you. They walk separate ways. They're like fuck you brings in their community, and then the other side's like fuck you times two brings in the other community.
The head canon of millions of people imagining who did what and said what behind the scenes, and it's just it's such a beautiful mess.
I can't wait to see.
Do you think it's unhealthy that I enjoy the meltdowns and downfalls of others?
I mean, definitely. And your karma retribution will come when I inevitably backstab you. Can you imagine the fanfics that will be written about that?
Damn, I don't want to think about it. Let's jump into the TommyInnit video as the springboard here because he detonates a nuke.
Yes, absolutely. Let's go.
So then the entire drama all bubbles over and the so-called best friends, besties. All right, now obviously not besties. It bubbles over to the point that Tommy releases a 5-minute video on his channel. And it's brutal. It's brutal.
And it's called Dream.
It's called Dream.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I hate being the one that like brings up like the past and everything like that. But seriously, I don't think anybody is gonna be able to compete with post Nux clarity. Like,
bro,
I just
stop it! Oh, that is the worst. That is the greatest title for an exposed video probably on the internet. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, I don't think anybody can compete after that. Like, oh my gosh! Anytime I see a call out video now,
what does TommyInnit and MLK Jr. have in common?
What?
They both have a dream. All right, that was terrible. All right, are you ready? Can we react to this? It's brutal. You're
Yes.
gonna watch a murder on the timeline. Are you prepared?
In 5 minutes and 39 seconds.
Well, it'll
Got
be
it.
longer because I'm gonna be pausing it throughout because I need to give you context to literally everything that he
It's
says.
probably, yeah, it's still probably going to be less than if I was reacting to it on my own.
God bless. All right.
Hello, this video
Hello.
is a message to Dream. If you've been off the internet the past couple days and haven't kept up, basically, if you're one of my subscribers, Dream has called you a slur.
Okay, so for the record,
what?
so Dream posted a meme on Twitter saying that, you know, there's two paths, right? Like the good path for old Dream subscribers, just doing their own thing. And the other path, quote, becoming a retarded TommyInnit fan. That was what he said on his meme. That was the meme that he posted. Now, the reason why this is incredibly funny is because Dream has old tweets and apologies and like all these like super long, dreary messages talking about how the R word is a slur that should never be said in society. I have no respect for anyone that says, and like he has these old tweets and he drops this meme like a complete dumbass.
I love virtue singling. I
Right?
love hypocrisy.
Dude, bro,
oh my gosh.
woked too close to the sun. I'm telling you, it happens to everyone.
I don't get that. Like I get being respectful to people and everything like that. Like there's some vocabulary that I try to hold off just to like try to be respectful and stuff. But like I don't go on to some fucking crusade. Like I'm not going on to some crusade.
That's why
where
this
I'm
is
like,
hilarious because he has old tweets talking about how he would never say the R slur, and then he just casually drops it, thinking that his audience isn't going to destroy him for it.
Dream
he's
is
a moron.
Dream is doing a bunch of L's. Like,
so I'll be honest. Someone was talking to Dream the other day, and I was talking to him, and I specifically told him, "Hey, could you deliver Dream a message for me?" And he's like, "Sure. What is it?" I'm like, "Tell Dream that the reason why he's losing these beefs is not because he's wrong. It's because he's a bitch." Anyway, we'll get into more of this later, okay? We're talking about friendships burning, all right? You ready? You ready to watch? This is going to be a real fire.
Yeah.
So deal with that how you want. Okay, now look, I have Dream blocked on everything, and I intend to keep it that way. So Dream,
Ooh, nice.
hello mate, let's just dive right in, shall we?
Let's
Talk
make
about
it
you call.
public.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this has been bubbling over for years now. It's just been silent, like, random pot shots being taken back and forth from one to the other for, like, the last few years.
You're right. It really has just been a literal matter of time because even I've known, like, of the pot shots and everything
the kettle
like that.
was gonna overflow, you know? Like, and I don't mean to overflow, like, the most popular hentai of all time. I mean overflow, like, this drama.
Oh, that out of everything you could have said like a volcano erupting. You could have said a pot of pasta.
Overflow like Hermes' pussy when I call her into the Discord. Too much? Was I happier?
Yeah, you nailed it. 100%. That's what happens.
Riz, a million Nux Riz, all the Riz.
The moment Nux's phone call happens, I just go sploosh.
Oh my god, this is the worst podcast of all time. Hermes, I want to sincerely apologize for treating you as a woman for that one moment.
Damn, that's savage. I can't believe
crazy.
you would do such.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, listen, I am the superior of the sexes.
Okay,
so
apology retracted. We keep going.
Calling all my fans the arslur. You can't throw around the arslur, mate. You just can't.
I thought he was. I'm not gonna lie. You might have to beat this. I don't even know. I thought he was about to say "you cunt." I was. I thought that would have been.
That is so racist. Just because he's British, bro. Oh my god.
I thought that would have been.
I will have to beat that, by the way.
That would have been the best, like, backhanded statement ever.
Dude, you know what I thought he was gonna say? You know what I thought he was gonna say the first time? He was like, you know, to all my fans, Dream called you the arsler. Dream, you're a retard. I thought pretty sure he was just gonna, like, literally just, you know, pop it out there, just like, boop, just. Yeah, but anyway, anywho, again, I don't want to be Nuxtradamus over here, but he's gonna get cooked in like 3 years because at some point he's gonna say something too edgy, and they're gonna come for him for that. Like, that is the audience you build when you do this.
Isn't the C word more Australian than British?
I mean, Australians are just like British people that ended up in prisons. So like.
Oh, you're canceled. This is.
I mean,
it.
listen, this is geography, okay? It's geography.
The Australians are just British people.
They're just British people that went to jail, okay? Listen.
They did not pass go.
They're just imprisoned
They did not
British
collect
people.
$200.
Oh
They went directly
you're such
to
a
jail.
hater. You are such a hater. Okay, anyway, I happen to think that Australian accent is better than British accent, so.
Oh gosh, I do
Sorry.
agree.
It's just
Aussies,
facts. It's so much better.
Aussies
Crikey, mate.
are fucking hot. Ugh.
True.
Yes.
All right. Anyway.
My mum worked with adults with disabilities, and since I was 12, I volunteered with her. These are real fucking amazing people who I think of like family, who actually get called this slur. And you do not just throw it around. It's impossibly immature and reckless and sets such a shitty precedent to everyone.
This is the child talking, all right? Listen, and he's cooking Dream. He's cooking him. And the worst part is, Dream cannot, like, say anything, because he, in the past, has gone on these crusades against this stuff. You know, Dream once, he was on, like, he was playing Minecraft, and while he was running in Minecraft, he did this. He made that sound, okay? He got some random person upset at him on Twitter for, I don't remember what it was, like, basically stealing Native American culture or something, like, which is obviously stupid. Yeah. And he made a whole apology for that. So if you're the type of person to do that, then you're cooked the moment you step out of line.
Absolutely, because, like, you're setting yourself up for the hypocrisy, right? Yeah, for sure. In the hypocrisy is the worst thing, because you sit there and you set your standard of who you are to this community. You build your community around that standard, and then you suddenly are just like, nah, I'm going. It's a whiplash. It's like a fucking whiplash. It's not
just the hypocrisy. It's also like you realize that's the people that are gonna support him are gonna be the people that think that he needed to apologize for making that sound. Those people are not gonna take too lightly if he steps out of line. If he drops an R slur, a hard R as they call it.
Yep, exactly. And
but anyway, let him cook.
Shame on you, man.
Shame on you.
In your stream you did, you slagged off a lot of my pals. Come on, mate. I mean, my friends are all idiots, but they have bloody good hearts. However, with your group, I cannot believe how the George stuff from a year ago went down.
So, full disclosure for the George stuff from a year ago, because I feel like everything needs like a million explanations. GeorgeNotFound, one of their friends, got like allegations against him that he sexually harassed somebody or something at a party. And basically, after all the information came out about that, it was basically certifiably false to a large degree that he actually did that. Now, he might have been a little too touchy-feely with someone that they were both literally cuddling together, and she agrees that they were cuddling together and stuff. I don't remember all the million details, but it's not like he's a rapist, like the Minecraft community likes to label him at.
This is why I'm going to stay absolutely away from, like, big events, community events, things, because now you're getting into the territory of, like, somebody else could see you doing something and then try to...
Forget that. People, humans, oh, keep them away. Oh, yes.
True.
Oh, God.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's just too messy at this. I'm like, no.
Yeah, but anyway, the point is...
I snuggle my cats.
Tommy is upset at Dream for handling the George stuff in that way, when the George stuff really kind of ended up being more of a nothing burger type situation.
Wait. So how did Dream handle it, though? Was he,
originally,
like, trying
Dream
to...
threw him under the bus, then Dream unthrew him under the bus. Dude, I'm telling you, this is the episode about toxic friendships, and there's no toxic friend group more than the Minecraft community. These people will get canceled for saying the R slur, and then they will stab every single person they know in the back, because that makes them a better person.
This is the whiplash moment. Holy shit.
Yeah, for real.
We're freaking holy crap.
Yeah, no, it's insane to watch all this stuff burn. But anywho, it keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
I cannot believe the response to it online. It's disgusting. It's sexist, man. And you and your friends' references and the way you talk about women behind the scenes has been so sexist too.
Damn. Literally just destroying him piece by piece. Again, no evidence, but it doesn't matter because he's a witness, you know? Like, he was in their friend group and he's gonna hit them for that. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna say? Nuh-uh! Like, bro, nuh-uh?
Well, I
really?
mean, that's exactly what Dream is gonna say, right?
Well,
he's not gonna be like, yes, my people are sexist. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah. You what a coward, bro. Should just own it. Am I right? No, I'm kidding. See, as someone that is not sexist myself, being that I have a woman in the call with me right now.
True.
Right, listen, I do want to blow my brains out, but I'm not, which proves I'm not sexist.
Absolutely. 100%.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes.
You're welcome.
Shame on you guys.
Shame on you.
Now, mate, talk about me and you. You've basically spent the past day calling me a dickhead. And look, pal, I have made mistakes, and I'm gonna make loads more. But the difference is, I give a shit. I'm trying. I'm putting in effort, and I really care.
And you know what? That's a fact. That's a verifiable fact. He put more hours into the Minecraft thing than anyone else in the group. He wrote his own book. He's done comedy club tours, like in all the little pubs and inns in England to work on himself to get better at it. He did put in the work. And Dream cheated on a speed run. That's the ultimate shortcut. It is a shortcut of a shortcut.
I mean, the fact that Tommy like literally admits that he's like, I'm not perfect, but at least I try, like already wins me so many points with him, because so many people are so terrified of being like,
I don't agree with everything that Tommy says. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and condone, I think, all the arguments he makes and stuff like that. But he is genuine. He really is.
The fact that
At least I
genuine,
think so.
like, he feels absolutely, and he's not delusional about it either. Because so many other people are like, I genuinely care, and then they try to like sell this idea that they're perfect and
no, I
they
do
can
think
do
he
everything.
does genuinely care. I just think
And that's
think
exactly it.
That doesn't,
like,
again, no one really knows what happened behind closed doors. They're gonna argue now
and we
that
never will.
They hated each other for a while and stuff like that, but no one really knows, right? Like, ultimately, it's really difficult to peer into someone's friendship.
At this, and that's the key point. And at this point, they might not even know what the first like straw was at this point. I've been involved in very long friendships, and there's just so much stuff that can happen that can fracture a friendship and everything of the sort.
Tell me about it.
You don't have any friends. What are you talking
about? Yeah, I just have future enemies.
Yeah, you just have future enemies.
Bruh, dude, not easy out here. That's the welcome to the internet, ladies and gentlemen. All right, but anywho.
And I take responsibility when I've fucked up. Dream, 4 years ago, you were awful to me. When I was 16, you gave me YouTube advice, and you held that over my head for years. You didn't treat me like an equal, and you made me feel small.
Dream's cooked. It's over.
That sucks. Like, I hate
the
that.
Crazy thing is, when there are like allegations online that can be, you know, either proven true or proven false. Like, there were these pedo allegations against Dream, and he proved them false. He's not a pedophile. You know, I mean, shocker of all shocks. I mean, he is a Minecrafter after all. But as far as we know, he's not a pedophile. That said, there is no way to combat the allegation of you were a shitty friend that made me feel small. There's no way to combat that, because that's just how he feels.
Yeah, well, especially in the circumstance where, like he said, Dream came in and gave some advice. I hate that, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people that say the same thing. When you have that person come into your life and it seems so genuine, like somebody, especially somebody bigger, right? And they're like, hey, I really like your content, or like, I really think you have a lot going for you, blah, blah, blah. Here, like, let me give you some advice. And then they try to hold that over, like, and then they weaponize it, right? Like, it's such a good, happy feeling to have something like that. And then to feel it weaponized shortly after is like the worst feeling.
You're right.
Like,
but this is Tommy's perspective also. Coming from an outsider over here, I don't know if that's what Dream intended. I don't know if like what actually happened behind the scenes. Remember, this is when he was 16 years old. Like, I don't know. But
it is one of those things that, like, it is one reason why I make it very hard for people to give me advice. Like, because I've already been through that. I know you know. Because I've already been through that scenario. I've been there where people have weaponized that, and I was like, you know what? Fine. Like, then nobody gives me advice. They can give me their opinion, and I'll tell them that I'll take it under consideration, but chances are I'm gonna do the exact opposite just because. Like,
you're pretty insufferable. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
You have no idea how many times Nux has said, you should do some React content. You're so good at yapping. And I'm like, no.
Yeah. Well, anyway, regardless, the point is, this is obviously a very personal thing where Dream has been going on he's been making the rounds saying, I've always been a great friend. And one of his arguments for being a great friend is he gave him YouTube advice when he was 16. So this really does line up into that whole thing. Like from the perspective of, let's say, Tommy, that kind of sounds like him saying, I made you. You know? And that's a really shitty feeling.
That's a nick on Dream's part too. If he said those words specifically, anybody who says they're always a good friend is lying. Like, nobody's always a good friend. It's impossible. Like, everybody has their ups and downs. Like, I've been a shitty friend. I've had moments where Nux knows. Like, when it's literally like, because we're all human. Well, I'm not, but you know, you have your ups and downs with your personality. You have your good days and everything. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have your bad days and you're gonna snap at people. You're going to, get angry. You're gonna have the friction in a friendship. That just happens. That is the natural order of friendship. So to imply that you're always a good friend is a lie. End of story. You are not always a good friend.
Don't take that verbatim. I don't know if that's exactly what he said, that I've
I'm
always
taking
been
it
a
for
good friend.
verbatim.
But the point is, the argument that he seems to be making for a very long time is that he's like basically generally been good to Tommy and friends with Tommy. And he doesn't understand where this backstab is coming from of Tommy shitting on him behind the scenes and stuff.
Okay.
So now we're getting like an inside look into this guy's perspective on their friendship this entire time. Like the foundation of Dream's argument kind of falls apart if he felt small next to Dream, because Dream he leveraged the fact that he gave him YouTube advice on some higher plane.
Yeah, and this is gonna be really hard though, unless like Tommy comes out with like actual evidence, because like it's not.
I don't think he will. I don't think he'll have to, because like he's garnered enough goodwill, I think, in the community that people will know that he's not just bullshitting here. And people are gonna take it, because again, the truth isn't necessarily what matters. It's how the public sees it that matters.
It's really the truth really doesn't matter.
Like
it's all about
that social media friendships is in front of a live audience is so brutal. It's so brutal.
Yeah, at the end of the day, facts don't technically really matter. Like, if you have facts, they help out, but at the end of the day, if you can tell your story really well, it's all about like the public perception, the public, opinion, and so
and
it
we'll
is.
See
it
where
sounds
this
like
goes. We'll see where it happens. But anywho, it gets even weirder and worse, in my opinion.
Okay.
The Dream SMP, a lot of your success just wouldn't have happened without me. Streaming every single night on the server and caring about everything as much as I did. And you made me feel small about that. And I was a kid. Shame on you, man. And you knew what you were doing, because I've watched you do it to other people too. And if you didn't, and that was just an accident, then fucking hell, man. You called me a promoter of all my other projects I do in your Reddit post too. Yeah, man, are you stupid? Of course I promote all this stuff. But the difference between me and you is I actually give a shit. I put effort, my absolute best, into all these new things. I'm gonna talk about my brilliant podcast because I'm really proud of it. Or the book I spent months writing. Or comedy. I mean, mate, I've ditched the internet for a year to do the rounds in tiny pubs, to do the stand-up comedy circuit the legitimate way, because of people like you.
So this is, again, it's contextualizing why he was kind of gone for a year, and like it's gonna be really hard to shake this foundation. Like, we're watching like a friendship blow up in front of our eyes, and it's for our entertainment, because that is who we are. We are people that get entertained by the misery of other people on the internet. Sad as that sounds. Listen,
I get entertained by the misery of you. I don't know about the rest of it.
Yeah. No, but I mean, the crazy thing is that it's such a public spectacle. I mean, this video has 3 million views, and
it's absolutely gonna be a public spectacle.
It is.
Holy cow!
100%.
Yeah.
Like, dude, TommyInnit was a kid. He was 16 years old when he met Dream.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna say? You're cooked. He's cooked, bro. He's cooked.
Especially, like, I mean, again, we're back to the whole thing where, like, I mean, Dream's been really big for a really long time, too.
True.
So, like, you're a 16-year-old. You probably looked up to him, and, like, then Dream comes in and encourages you and stuff like that. So if he did come back and, like, weaponize that, that's so bad. And then, like,
but
especially...
the thing is, you're saying, like, if. And obviously, we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. I'm talking about, like, the toxic social media friendships, because I could give you a million scenarios that why this turned out the way it is. I don't know. Other people didn't like Dream, and they were friends with TommyInnit, and they whispered in his ear, and TommyInnit got the wrong idea about Dream, and he built up this false narrative. Maybe, could be, who knows? We don't. But this is a friendship getting destroyed on social media for whatever reason. Literally for whatever reason it could have been, and ultimately everyone feels worse off for it. Like, Tommy,
it's gonna bring in like the communities, like Dream's community is gonna snap back, and then of course Tommy's community is gonna snap back. It's gonna get, everybody's gonna go to war, and
look, it's incredibly ugly. And so one thing I have to say, and the reason why I think I'm biased against Dream in this specific instance is Dream's a liar. He lies a lot. Now, I don't think he lies about, like, the things that matters, like being a pedophile, that he pretty much disproved, but he lies about a lot of things. Like, even his Minecraft speedrun scandal where he cheated on his speedrun. Do you remember that story?
I am aware of that. Didn't he, like, double, triple, and quadruple down on
That's
that, too,
the point.
for really hard? And then he finally came...
He cheats on a speedrun. Everyone says he cheats on the speedrun because the odds of him doing it are, like, a 1 in, like, 7.5 trillion chance. Okay,
Yeah,
that was the odds.
literally,
And
there's like a bigger chance that our literal sun will explode right next to us,
something
more
like
so.
that. Yeah,
It was like insane.
Then he first of all says it was true, and then he claps back with he allegedly hired a Harvard astrophysicist to write a thesis as to why it's possible. But the thesis, because I actually read it, the thesis boils down to, well, 1 in 7.5 trillion times does happen. Like once in 7.5 trillion. So like realistically, if 7.5 trillion attempts of this speedrun were done, it would happen once. And it happened to Dream. It's like, bro, that's the worst logic of all time. It happened to happen to the most famous Minecraft player of all time, right? Like, come on, dude.
Just so happened.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
So that's his response. He doubles and triples and quadruples down until it's like literally without a shadow of a doubt proven that they remade the seed of his Minecraft world to prove that it was an impossibility. And then, after months of doubling down, he responds with like this 40-page post on Twitter saying, I was sitting in my bathtub thinking about it, and I decided, you know what? Maybe I did accidentally, without knowing, cheat on my Minecraft speedrun.
I tripped and fell and accidentally cheated.
Right? It's like, I must have had by accident mods that were still activated by complete accident.
I don't
dude.
understand. This is something I just don't understand. Why are people so dead set on trying to pretend that like their content isn't just entertainment? Like, what is this whole like weird thing where everybody's like, it's 100% fact.
Dude,
it's
wait,
factual.
Elon Musk cheating on his Path of Exile account.
Oh, I did hear about that
It's
too.
so funny, dude. Oh my god. It's like, why would you even lie about this, bro?
Yeah, like and then
God.
apparently the Path of Exile community is like clapping back pretty hard on him. I don't know.
They are cooking him. I made a video on it already.
If there's a group of people you really probably don't want to piss off, it's probably gamers. We're the most
not
savage
just gamers, but gamers that are also unemployed. Fear us.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Now we have way too much time on our hands. We are a-okay with understanding that we ourselves are monsters, and we keep it caged up until we get pissed off, and then we're like, let's go for the throat.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's why I'm kind of like biased against Dream here, just because like he's a liar, bro. He's a liar.
Yeah.
So like,
well,
I always take everything he says with an additional extra large grain of salt.
Yeah, and even listening to Tommy right now, like I'm more inclined to lean into his direction because he is showcasing that he does put the time and energy into a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, like either he's a great actor or he's just telling the truth about how he feels. Because ultimately that's what this video is. This video isn't hard-hitting evidence to end Dream's career. This is just like, this is how I've been feeling for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Anywho, it gets worse.
Cool.
People who
Wonderful.
have ruined this space. And that takes balls. Courage. I'm not just selling USB baby photos or lazily designed merchandise, all right?
So Dream once sold merch of his baby photos.
I heard that too.
That's the reference.
That was the weirdest thing that I remember. Yeah. I was like,
that's the reference.
He's what now?
Yeah. Anyway, it's like, again, it's a nothing burger, but it's like just a nice jab.
No, it's a really weird thing for somebody to be selling. No, Tommy's right on this. Like, why are you?
Dude, we have all made fun of him on this, but this is like so not relevant to the current situation. Okay, if Dream would be a wonderful guy, he just sold baby photos. It's like, bro, this is actually like death by 1,000 cuts. Like, bro is. Every time he opens his mouth, some real steaming shit falls out.
Yeah.
Bro.
I'm doing the best with what I have. I'm nearly the age you were when you met me.
Damn.
And if I acted the way you did to a 16-year-old who looks up to you, I'd be so ashamed of myself, man. Now, finally.
You ready? Ready for this? In my opinion, this one's crazy. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Mate, you harassed my mum as she was going through a divorce. The worst.
What?
Bro.
What?
First time of her life.
Don't worry, I'll give you more context after.
Yeah.
You tried to harm.
You ready? George, want to hear what he has to say. Let's finish the sentence.
The relationship between me and my mum. And if we weren't best friends, with the shit that you were saying, you probably could have really harmed that, mate. You are like a proper movie villain. I have watched you take advantage of vulnerable people and use them to benefit yourself.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
What?
Yeah, so the context of the mom thing is, I'll be as charitable as I possibly can to Dream in this one, okay? All right, you ready for ultimate charitability? So,
Okay.
TommyInnit. So, a long time ago, Dream wanted to launch a Minecraft server with a real-time translation mod that translates Spanish to English and English to Spanish so that they can play with different people.
Oh, I remember this. This was also a huge thing, because didn't somebody else do something similar?
Quackity basically launched the same exact thing before Dream. So then people were basically saying that Dream stole his idea. Dream obviously freaks out. Of course, he would never steal his idea, because, whatever. Anyway, so, again, a lot of he said, she said, irrelevant. I don't really care about that. That's not so important. But TommyInnit made a video at that point, just like a meme video, making fun of Dream, like, sarcastically, about how Dream was, like, having a meltdown that someone else made a Spanish Minecraft server before him. And Tommy's mom, at that point, had a public Twitter account, just basically kind of talking to the community and whatever it was. And when Tommy made that video, it started like a little bit of a drama. People asked Tommy's mom, like, what did you think of the Dream thing or whatever? And
oh my gosh.
Which is insane altogether. But
yeah,
Dream messages Tommy's mom, and like we've seen how Dream writes. Okay?
There's no shot.
Messages Tommy's mom, like, with a wall of text that would put your wall of texts to shame.
No!
Because he released the message.
Walls.
He released the messages. It's a long thing just saying, don't mean any hate, just want to let you know my opinion. And then basically shit-talked her son for, like, paragraphs.
What? There's no fucking...
Her 16-year-old son.
Do we think Dream is an actual narcissist? Like, at this point? Because he's so, like, thin-skinned. It seemed like if anybody...
Not gonna lie. I think he could claim the R word.
Well, like,
he could reclaim that slur specifically.
Because, like, I'm just saying, like, he seems so thin-skinned. Like, he seems so highly of himself, but the moment somebody even, like, puts a fucking meme in his direction, he's like, no! Like, what is that?
No, but it's insane. So, again, his justification is she had a public Twitter account, so he just messaged her his opinion. But, like, simultaneously, it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Why would you ever shit talk someone's kid to their face for no reason? Like, why would you ever do that? While they're getting divorced. Like,
for novel-sized paragraphs that put mine to shame. That is insanity. That is actual insanity.
Ultimately, I would argue that no relationship on the internet or little drama that happens that's ultimately like a nothing burger drama, like that really was. Like, that was such a nothing burger drama. It's not like people are calling you a pedophile and ruining your life and stuff. They're making fun of you for crashing out over someone making a Minecraft server. Okay, like, this is like such a nothing. And you feel the need to potentially harm the relationship of someone with their mother over this?
Yep.
Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, he seems like an actual narcissist. Like, he actually seems like a narcissist on that point, because like real narcissists, they always hold themselves, like, they always see themselves at like the super high levels, like at the peak, but then the moment somebody even tries to threaten that, like even in the most fun, wholesome way, if they feel threatened, they go freaking insane. Like, they freak out to try to defend themselves and all this other stuff.
I'm not going to be all armchair psychologist here, but like, I won't. But bro, Dream blew up really quickly. He went from 0 subscribers to like 20 million subscribers in like a few months. Like, I think that would make almost anyone a narcissist.
Yeah, it probably would. I mean, truth be told.
That said, it's not justification, because I don't know what kind of mental handicap you need to have to message a 16-year-old's mom to try to ruin their friendship and shit talk their son
during a divorce.
Yeah, like, this is just like astronomically pathetic. Like, I'll give you a hypothetical. All right, when since you brought it up, when Mudahar dropped his post Nux Clarity video. Again, amazing title, fantastic title.
I know, nobody's gonna compete with that.
Dude killed it. He drops that video. I was like, I didn't even consider messaging his wife, and I've spoken to her before. We have whatever. But the point is, I didn't even consider doing something like that.
My God,
why would I do that? Now, the crazy thing is, other people did do that during that drama.
What?
Like, people messaged his wife to be like, yo, wanted to talk to Muda about... And it's like, dude, what are you... Like, boundaries, bro. Oh, my God. Anyway, Muda and I are cool. Don't worry. All's fine. All is good. Don't worry.
True. Good. Wonderful. When's he getting on the podcast?
This podcast is not having any guests. I cannot subject random humans to you. I'm sorry.
You try
You're too
so
dangerous.
hard
We keep you caged.
Yeah, you do. Much to my dismay. I try so hard.
Listen, what happens in the Kennedy sex dungeons stays in the Kennedy sex dungeons.
Let me bring in your friends. Come on, let's just have a one little threesome.
No.
It's not that complicated.
No.
You'll have fun. It'll be great. Just let me slip into their DMs. Come on.
Feel free. Go message other people's wives. Okay, have a good time. Anyway,
the
point is, this is insane behavior on Dream's part. Emo.
Yeah, absolutely. That is absolutely
that's
batshit crazy.
Like, dude, and you really wonder why this guy is not your friend anymore? Like, you're really like, I gave him YouTube advice. Yeah, I should talk to him to his mom. It's like, bro, dude, what? Anyway.
I've watched you lie to fans, to me, to people, and take no responsibility afterwards. You are incapable of taking any criticism. You refuse.
That's also valid, by the way. This dude, again, doubling down on the Minecraft speedrun for months? Like, dude, what are you doing, man? Yeah. No, he definitely is not good at taking criticism, that's for sure.
Use to change anything about yourself. You reframe everything so that you are the victim. 4 years have gone by, and the rest of us have grown, reflected, really tried to better ourselves and learn after going through that incredibly overwhelming experience together. And you've reverted
a lot of them grew, didn't they? Like, they all really blew up from the Dream SMP.
Yeah, so that Dream SMP, like, dude, Tommy has 15 million subscribers right now. That is an insane amount of subscribers for those of you keeping track at home. Like, I could, I'll show you.
Salute. Sorry, there was a Technoblade call out. I had to give the salute.
Rest in peace. What a king. But anyway, so, like, you look at his videos right now, like, he's hitting almost 1 million views on most of his videos. Like, the ones that he gets into drama get more, but if you look at most of his videos, they kind of sit at, you know, the almost 1 mil mark. But if you go to his old videos, like when he was actually blowing up, he was getting 40 million views on his videos, you know? Like, they were an entire other league inside, right?
Yeah.
Literally an entire other league. It was huge.
Yeah, and
it was a huge moment where they all blew up together, and they all hate each other. I mean, not all, but obviously there are sides to this battle.
Yeah.
For saying slurs and punching down. It's not just me that feels like this about you either. Most YouTubers do.
So he's not wrong about that either. Like, a lot of people don't like him behind the scenes. Even I've heard some shit. I've never spoken to Dream, but I've heard from people that have spoken to Dream that they don't like him. And that's from, like, most people that I've spoken to about him. Like, again, it's character witnesses. None of this means anything. But at the same time,
when you have literally everybody saying, like, variations of, I'd rather avoid him, you're kind of like, this seems like a red flag. All right, got it.
I mean, listen, I'm just saying, this is just from what I've heard personally. Take it as you will. I mean, again, when Dream dropped his, like, big video dispelling all the allegations and stuff, I was negative about that video. I was like, yes, he dispelled the pedophile allegations, but he lied about, like, a dozen other things. I got so much heat for that because it's like, but he dispelled the main stuff. I'm like, you're right. I'm not calling him a pedophile. I'm calling him a liar.
Yeah. Pathological liar. Yeah. I don't know.
He could never be wrong. Never.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really been in the Minecraft scene since, like, Yogscast and freaking Total Biscuit era. So I don't really know.
I've seen since someone tried to groom me when I was 16.
Wait, what did you? No, did you say somebody?
That was a joke. That was a joke.
Oh, I was gonna. Oh wait, hold on.
I've never played Minecraft, or else that would have probably happened.
You never played Minecraft?
I've never played Minecraft.
That's actually crazy. I even played Minecraft.
Do you know how many people tried to get me to play Minecraft? Bro, massive Minecraft YouTubers tried to do it, and I was terrified.
Minecraft in itself is actually really fun. Apparently, I heard that they might be, like, Nox, whatever his name is, might be coming out with Minecraft 2 or something like that. That popped up.
I saw that. Yeah.
But, I played Minecraft. I played Minecraft back in the day, but, I don't know.
Notch is another guy with fake friends, by the way. Another classic example. The guy that made Minecraft. So his story is basically, he makes Minecraft. He starts getting hate for random things. He couldn't take it. He sells Minecraft for $2.5 billion to Microsoft, and then he just moves to LA. He starts living the lavish lifestyle, does parties with everyone, all the famous YouTubers and Hollywood stars and everyone, because he has money to burn, and he has no
and now
friends.
He has no money left.
He has no friends. I don't know about his financial situation. I'm sure he's okay. He probably put, a fat billion in the stock market, and he's probably fine, but he has no friends.
Yeah.
He hates his life. He sad posts all the time. And people make fun of him for sad posting because it's like, bro, you have $2.5 billion. Like, why are you sad posting? Well, he's sad posting because all his friends are fake.
it's very interesting because I think it's the same thing that kind of happens with like very rich people too. Like I guess fame and influence at this point is the same thing as like currency and money because like usually a lot of rich people don't really have friends either. They're always like very paranoid because and there's a rightful case to it.
The craziest thing is you show me rich people, almost all of them have like multiple divorces. All right, maybe this is just anecdotal, but like Trump got divorced a bunch of times. He's a billionaire. Elon Musk got divorced a bunch of times. He's a billionaire. Notch, like the guy that we were just talking about, he got divorced multiple times. He's a billionaire. It's like it's too often to be a coincidence.
Well, it's one of those things where like fame and fortune is a very it's a very hard thing because like I don't get me wrong, I can eat the rich left and right, but on the flip side of that situation is there are people that will look at you based on your money. They will look at you based on your appearance. They will look at you based on your big throbbing numbers in like the content creation world. And that will be their whole goal, to be your friend, quote unquote. They literally will try to be your friend. I do think
that's partially true. For sure. Obviously, people will view you through the lens of numbers. Like, well, listen, dude, if Dream asked me to collab, I don't know if I'd say no. I'd probably, I'd say yes. 100%. I'd probably troll him the whole time, but I would absolutely say yes. Okay, I'm not a good example. I specifically like collabing
you're terrible.
Dangerous people. But the point is, yes, people definitely see big number and just turn on their blinders. That's like without a shadow of a doubt.
Turn on their blinders and activate the homing missile. Like they're literally like
the vacuum cleaner 6000. The suck mode begins. Begin glazing.
Yeah,
like
they might not like you.
Every single person that collabs with Logan Paul is guilty of this, by the way. Every single one. Because we all know who he is. He is an alleged scammer. He went to a suicide forest to video a dead body out there, and yet everyone and their mother is happy to collab with it, except for Tommy's mother. She would never collab with Logan Paul. But everyone else, they're all collabing with Logan Paul. Mr. Beast, happy to collab with Logan Paul. Bro, what is going on, bros? This dude's a scumbag. What are you doing? Well, suck. Big numbers. Prime is pretty big. He's big podcast, big numbers, Prime.
Yep. And that's something that's very universal. That's been universal for a very long time.
But the thing I wanted to mention with all this is I think it's not just necessarily how other people see you, but it's kind of how you see yourself. Like, other people are going to treat you that way because of your big numbers, but you start to think that you are special because of your big numbers. Not trying to harken back to Elon Musk. Let me paint this picture for you to just show you levels of idiocy, and I love it so much, all right? Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, the guy that owns Twitter, that owns the public discourse, okay? He runs governments. It's because of him, potentially largely because of him, that Trump is the president of the United States. He is messing with bureaucracy in England as we speak just by tweeting from his toilet bowl. And he felt the need to pay some idiot tens of thousands of dollars, probably, but not such an idiot, it's a good gig, to get his Path of Exile 2 video game account to the highest rank to flex that he's a god gamer and literally out himself as a fraud after streaming it for an hour and losing the account because he died on a hardcore mode.
And gamers,
think about it. How do you see yourself?
We've already been through this phase. Us gamers have already been through this. We already know how to call somebody out for faking accounts. Like, we've already seen this for content. We're like, you claim that you're top of the top, but you can't even do the most basic mechanics. Okay.
Like, I've been saying this for a long time, by the way. By the way, you should know, 2 years ago, I said Elon Musk is a fake gamer and he pays people to play his games for him. And I said that because I saw his Elden Ring equipment, like his equipped load in Elden Ring. And it was like the most dog shit, nonsensical equip load of all time. Like, he didn't even have his healing flasks on his menu. Like, he couldn't heal in
He doesn't need his healing. You only need a healing flask if you're going to get hit.
You've played some Souls games, right?
Yes.
He was running it on heavy load.
Oh, even I know. So he's
super
just like,
slow, and he couldn't roll.
he couldn't roll.
And someone asked him about it, and he puts like a little note. He's like, I will reduce the load if I need it to be a lighter load. And what are you talking about? How do you walk, bro? Heavy load, you can't move in these games. He had 2 swords in his right-hand slot and 2 shields in his left-hand slot.
What?
dude, you don't understand.
He
Like,
could not be
oh
heavier.
my god,
God.
bro. Dude,
He
it's
he
insane.
he learned how to min-max being.
But anyway, he
learned how to
obviously
max
fakes
max.
his gameplay. He's obviously not a god gamer, okay? But for some
Yeah.
reason, he needed people to feel like he was a god gamer. For some
Well,
reason.
yeah,
And that is so sad.
Elon has been a pathological liar since the beginning of fucking time at this point. Like, I don't know if there's
I don't know about
anything truthful he
pathological,
said.
but
No, definitely pathological. Because at the end of the day, he always makes these. Even when you look at his business thing, he always makes these promises about when the robo taxis are coming, when the cars are
dude,
coming.
that
and
is
he's
literally
always wrong.
every
He's-
businessman. That is every single
He's
businessman.
not as bad as him though. He's always he's over promising and under delivering
maybe I didn't look
every
into,
single step.
Maybe I didn't
It's
look into that
crazy.
specifically, so I don't know.
Oh, it's crazy.
but
I'm
the
a
point
little bit
is-
into the stock market, and so
Hell
I'm
yeah.
always like watching it. I'm like, oh yeah, Elon says it's gonna be ready at this time in
the
1
craziest
year,
thing
and
is-
then literally in 10 years.
I am obviously also in the stock market. It's in my blood.
Are you? Is it
and-
because you're Jewish?
Wow! Yes, but also it's simply put, bro, I never invested in Tesla. I was always so scared. Like, you see Elon
Yeah.
Musk just tweeting out there, and it's like, you don't know. Again, if I would have invested in Tesla, I would have made a lot of money. All right, I'll be real
If
here.
I was,
but,
yeah,
like,
if I was
goddamn.
Elon, I would absolutely invest in Tesla because I know when I'm about to tweet something.
But Elon,
so then,
that's what they call insider trading, okay?
well,
all right.
it's not
Insider
stopping him.
trading is only for the Jewish cabal, all right? It's not for others, all
Are
right?
we sure that Elon's not Jewish then?
We are.
we don't.
We are certain.
Knock this over here. No. He's not. No. He's
Listen,
not one of
I've
us.
seen his penis. He's not circumcised. We're good.
Wait, how did that happen?
Don't
What's
ask
that
questions.
story?
Don't ask questions. The,
No, that's
the
a big
Elon Musk
question asking.
OnlyFans arc was definitely not what anyone expected. But anyway, no, I'm kidding. But so yeah, anyway,
He's not.
I think friendships are, especially online, and you're right, clout and money definitely overlap in this instance, where people are going to treat people differently because they're famous, and also I think people are going to treat themselves differently because they're famous. People are going to feel like they deserve more. I don't know. I've always been kind of human first, number second. I'm very happy to collab with people that are, you know, relatively unknown if I think that will jive well or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, that's the only real way you could trust that there are no nefarious motives in a relationship. As sad as it is online, there's so
like-
much backstabbing. Dude, did you see what...
Yeah.
Like, bro, we can keep going. Let's finish this Tommy video, and then...
Yeah. Because
Just
I do
very-
want to.
Yeah,
I do
sorry.
want to roll back on that statement on you because I feel like because of that generosity of yours, I feel like you've also gotten backstabbed. So
Dude,
let's put a
absolutely,
bookmark right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's because, I mean, I wouldn't call it generosity. I'm a bit of a cringe lord myself. But I think that a lot of my, like, backstabs largely are also because of, like, this clout situation. You know, either
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
too
Yeah, but we're
controversial for other
bookmarking-
people, or for whatever reason I paint them in a bad light somehow, and that type of thing happens. But like the crazy thing is that's just the online landscape. It's clout focused. It's clout focused, and it's online discourse focused. It's like,
yeah, I mean,
relationships online are so scary. I mean, like, you see what just happened with Brett Cooper at the Daily Wire? Like, the fact that we talked about this like 2 episodes ago.
This was the clone girl.
Clone girl. So Brett Cooper ran a channel, very successful, 5 million subscribers. She ended up ending her contract for mysterious reasons. No one really knows why she left. She was replaced by basically her ex-best friend, and the maid of honor at her wedding took her job. Okay?
Yeah.
And also, more information that was released since our last episode. Reagan, the replacement, was supposed to leave the Daily Wire with Brett and be her assistant on her other channel.
And then the Daily Wire was like, yeah, you can do
and
that,
then-
or we
and
can
then
pay
it
you
seems
more
like
money.
That is exactly my headcanon on why she has that job right now.
Oh, absolutely.
So
that is
Brett,
absolutely
you know,
what they did.
unfollows her on all her social media, deletes all their photos together, like, whatever. Obviously, they bad blood. But that's the thing. On this weird internet world, this happens everywhere. Everywhere.
It's really not just the internet world though. It's literally fame and fortune
You're right.
and
It's
the
fame,
influence
it's
that
business,
have.
it's
Yeah, it's Hollywood. It's literally Hollywood on the
materialism.
internet.
Materialism.
Yeah, materialism. Yep. Hold up, hit play. Let's finish this,
Yeah,
and then we can keep talking.
Very loud about it. I really hope you're not a genuine bad person with a bad heart. But mate, you need to get off the internet now. Go and get some therapy. Spend some time around your loved ones. Go on a walk. look after yourself. You being an arsehole right now doesn't mean you will be one forever. But fucking hell, man. With great power comes great responsibility. And you just don't ever seem to take responsibility for your actions. Figure your shit out, man. Because how you behave right now is just not going to cut it.
Now, he ends his video. First of all, damn. Second of all,
he
ends
what a
his
pause.
video, I think, in potentially the greatest way you could end a drama video of all time. I have nothing but respect for the way he ends his video.
Right. Yeah, as I said, I am going on tour, doing my comedy to Australia,
Got a
USA,
plug!
and the UK.
Yeah,
so if you want to see me in
Got a
person,
plug!
making you laugh and giving you some relief
Yeah,
from
alright.
all of this bullshit,
Yeah, chill,
then go
baby,
to TommyInnit.com.
You do it.
I
Let's
promise
go.
you, it's better than all this shit. I also do have a new, very funny book coming out, which seems
He's just
more
plugging
appropriate
everything!
than ever right now. I
Everything!
spent months writing this, and it's not
Bro.
shit. So
Let's
check
go.
that out.
Wow.
And me and Jack have an amazing new podcast, Shut Up, I'm Talking, which you can check out.
Hell yeah.
Right,
Yeah, doesn't stop.
back to coding.
Yeah, well, anyway, so that's the video. That is the video.
I do have a lot of respect for Tommy in this because even at the very end of his video, he literally was like, he's not trying to encourage his community to burn Dream at the stake. He's not trying to claim that Dream is evil or anything. He's literally just genuinely being like, get some help. Like seriously, get off the internet.
Get help.
Get some help. Talk to somebody. Like, because that's probably what Dream really needs, right? Like at the end of the day, because.
Honestly,
Okay.
no one has any idea. No one knows, all right? These things are up in the air. We cannot say. No one knows.
Yeah, but
no
I
one
mean,
knows
at
what's
the end
going
of
on
the
in
day-
people's personal lives. He probably does need therapy. He probably does need to touch
I
grass.
was gonna say at the end of the day,
Honestly, you know what he really needs? He needs to talk to some YouTubers that are looking at this perspective from the outside, off camera. He does not need to record a response. He needs to talk to some YouTubers that have an outside perspective that are not sucking his butthole. All right.
I don't think there's that. I don't know. I don't even know if I agree with
Like,
that.
I think he just
I
needs
think he
to
should
hear
get.
the other perspective from like an unbiased place. Talk to some commentary people. Ask them their opinion. Talk
from
to
an
me.
Unbiased,
Talk to me.
From an
All
unbiased
right, listen.
place,
Just
and then
anyone.
you say commentary YouTuber.
Anyone, dude. Anyone that's
But you wanna
following
know-
this that's not like in the friend group. See,
You want to know what an unbiased place
is?
is?
A therapist.
Yes.
That's not
Absolutely.
true. A therapist
Yes.
is biased. Okay. A
There's no
therapist-
way a YouTuber's not biased.
Bro. I'm not saying. I think you should go to a therapist and talk to a YouTuber.
I think are you just trying to, you're just like, you can slip into my DMs anytime, baby. Come here, I'll give you an unbiased opinion.
Listen, I already told him that, Dream, mean no offense. I think you act like a bitch in all of your dramas, okay? I'll just be real. And I think that he needs to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't need to come from me. There are a lot of very smart people out there that he could definitely have contact with and would actually tell him what they think. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. And I think he needs to hear it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same story as any other time. Like, it all begins with you. Like, if he's
True.
addicted to, like, his fame and fortune, or if he is a narcissist, or if he's any of these things, like, it begins with him acknowledging that he needs to start hearing opinions that he might not agree with. And, but...
he needs to somehow introspect. Bro needs to start meditating, you know? Like,
yeah, he needs to self-reflect.
Yeah. And it's really hard to do when you're, a multi-millionaire with 20 million subscribers on YouTube that you got overnight and you're incredibly famous and...
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Literally,
sure.
he could probably stop YouTube today and still just live the rest of his life off of the, like, green content that is his YouTube channel.
Probably. Again, not saying he should. He definitely could come back, I think. I just think he needs to work himself out and take accountability and responsibility for fucking up this friendship.
Yeah, I generally
Because it's
think I generally think when somebody lives online too much too, like it takes a very, 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 very specific kind of person to be able to live online.
He has 3
Without-
Twitter accounts. Did you know that? 3. Most people don't need 1. He has 3. He has his
wish I could
official
burn
Dream
mine.
Twitter account. Then he has his second Twitter account that he uses for random things. And then he has a private Twitter account that he only has like 1 million followers on. Like,
Jeez, oh, Pete.
dude, it's crazy. Like, bro, you don't need that many Twitter accounts, brother. But anyway,
Yeah.
again, I really didn't want to make this entire episode about Dream, even though that's kind of how it ended up being. We used Tommy's video as like a springboard to discuss like every like just basic internet friendships and stuff. And as someone that's been stabbed in the back a good couple of times, for in my opinion, mostly dumb reasons.
Well, I think this
wild.
I think this is something where a lot of please don't lay on that kitty. I think there is a lot to be said. Like, I think there's a genuine fear. Everything's a double-edged sword. Everything is a double-edged sword. The world is way too fucking big for any one thing to be a very specific thing. But especially when you're a bigger content creator, I think there is a very real and understandable fear of like interacting with like lower numbered people, because a lot of the time those lower numbered people don't actually care about you. They don't care about your content. They don't care about like who you are. They care about your number. And
so I generally, so I've become a lot I guess more closed off. I basically answer every DM from like another content creator, basically. Just because, you know, I'm always happy to help and stuff, but I definitely do keep like a big distance. Like, I just know between us personally, it was probably a good year and still of us knowing each other before I like actually started treating you like a friend.
Yeah, that was, yep. You're welcome for being an insanely persistent bitch.
Unfortunately, I dropped my shield. Unfortunately, now, oh god, disgusting.
No. He did not drop his shield. I chiseled the fuck through that shield.
It was
Do not, no.
When Hermes betrays me, it will be a hard-fought betrayal, and I will have nothing but respect for her.
Thanks. I've worked very hard for this particular moment. Don't worry, we got a couple more years, but
the point is, like, shields are up. It's difficult for me to open up now in general online.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a lucky person, okay? I'm lucky that I do have a lot of actual close friends, both online and offline. And I really value my privacy, and I value my friendships and my connections offline, which I think are incredibly important. And I think you don't need a lot of friends. You just need like 5 good ones. Truthfully, you just need 1 good one.
Yeah.
5 good ones is nice.
Yeah. That's bonus. If you have 1 good friend that you can rely on, you're doing amazing. Like, you're literally doing amazing, especially in this online world. I feel like, because at the end of the day, like, it's just, the online world is so easy to backstab. I think because you don't have that human interaction, you don't see these people in person, you don't touch them, you don't get thrown against the wall by them, you don't get slapped in the face by them. Anyways, so
no, but it's like, easy because like when you backstab a friend, like let's say you backstab your brother, okay? At dinner on Thanksgiving, it is going to be very awkward. But online, you can backstab someone. You get brownie points for backstabbing them. You get clout for backstabbing them. And then you just block them. And you never have to see them ever again.
Yeah, you literally have no repercussions to your actions unless you backstab so poorly that you lose your entire community and you get deleted off of the internet.
Okay, obviously that's
like
just like basic repercussions to your actions.
But it's so hard to even have the most basic repercussions, right? Like, you literally can get away with such levels of backstabbery, and literally there's no repercussions to that action. And I think people have become so desensitized to that, like, they genuinely forget that there is a person behind the monitor. So they just feel like they can do it. Like, even with you, you've been backstabbed multiple times. And I genuinely think that you're welcome. I feel like if these people had interacted with you on the daily in person, that probably would have never happened. But since you're online, and because you're like quite a secretive person,
but also
like, with your privacy,
people don't know me. Like, you don't really know me online, right? Most people, whenever you know someone, no, you don't. Whenever you know someone,
I know all kinds of things about you.
Okay, get out of my walls. But anyway, whenever you're online. Whenever let's say even a real life relationship, you are different when you're around different people. Okay, when you're around your mom, it's not the same as when you're around your boyfriend. It's not the same. Not that you have a boyfriend, obviously, Hermes. But it's not the same as when you're alone. It's not the same as when you're hanging out with your cat. It's not the same when you're hanging out with your friend or your online friend. Like, you wear a different mask depending on the people that surround you. That's just a fact. Now, online, it's so much easier to wear a mask. Like, I'm building my persona, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's literally people who will they'll literally sell the idea that they are wholesome perfection, right?
Dude,
like, they
I
are
hate
the
those
best
people.
friend. Oh gosh, every single time. They're literally like, I'll always be there for you. I don't do any wrong, like all that. I'm like, no, you are not this. But there are people that want that. And I mean, I don't know. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's crazy to me.
Gross
They scare
and
the hell
yucky.
out of me.
Yeah, whenever I
they
see,
scare.
that's why virtue signaling is so gross, because that's like, you know that they're wearing a mask. Like, we're all wearing masks to some degree, but like, you don't notice necessarily every time you talk to them. But then they go out there and they make like this whole tweet about anyone that uses the R slur is a terrible person that doesn't care about others. And it's like, holy moly, mother of fuck.
You know,
stop.
I do kind of look at it slightly different than you, though, because what you described, I kind of see it less about wearing different masks and more like revealing different facets of yourself.
Okay.
Like, you know, when
Valid.
you're, yeah. And then I consider like when you're wearing a mask more like, again, like the virtue signaling
Bro.
thing. Or if I showed up and I was like,
That's
oh
what
my
the
gosh,
point
guys,
of
like,
a mask is.
yeah, like if I come in and I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, I am wholesome and innocent and I would love to hang out with all of you because all of you are angels and I think we'll have so much fun
that's
together.
Not for me. That
Like, yeah,
is not
well,
what I mean. For me, the worst,
but
the worst
that's
is
what I
when
would
someone
consider a
will say-
mask, though. Like,
Yeah,
that's
you-
what I consider a mask. If I did that, I would consider that me putting on a mask.
Okay, fair. I am a cynic, so if you ever hear me say shit like that, I'm probably not telling the truth. But anyway, for me, the worst is when you see people like on stream and you know behind the scenes they're like these vindictive bitches, okay? Behind the scenes, just cruel people manipulating and extorting and blackmailing, like a lot of, you know, people in the industry do. And then they go on stream and they're like, guys, today we're celebrating mental health. And it's like, oh yeah, you're celebrating mental health? Yeah, kill yourself. Please, with all due respect. It's like, dude, I hate
Also,
that
my
so
Valley
much.
Girl, my Valley Girl is way better than yours. Just throwing that out there. No, I definitely agree with you because I do find that like some of the worst kind of people are those who. It's like the cheerleader situation. It literally just reflects on the cheerleader situation where like these cheerleaders are always like looking their best, acting their best, acting like saints. They get everybody's attention, and then like when it's behind the scenes, they say some of the most vile shit,
Bro,
right?
true.
And you're just like, oh my gosh, like. Just why? Like, are you so insecure with yourself that you have to try to belittle and degrade and tear everybody else around you because you can't like fathom anybody being not you? I guess I don't. It breaks my brain every time. It drives me nuts.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the internet. People wear masks. It's gross and yucky, and
but again though, like everybody has, like even in high school, again, cheerleader example, like everybody wears, like everybody always has like that two sides to them kind of situation, in most circles, because at the end of the day, like it's maybe it's just fear. I don't know, because
again, no one knows. And so the reason why I wanted to focus more on the internet relationships, because this is every friendship. You're always gonna have people in your life trying their best to you know, manipulate you for their own self-gain. I think that's just unfortunately
I wish you would manipulate me for your own self-gain. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right. Yeah, all right.
I try
get
so
famous
hard.
first, all right? Please. So
when I get more subscribers than you can start manipulating.
I'm literally I'm grooming her into the position where she could have like 10 billion subscribers and then I could leech off of her, all right? It's all part of my plan. Anyway, the reason why I'm focusing on the online thing is because I think there are a lot of the boundaries, the human nature boundaries that stop you from backstabbing your friend in public, those boundaries are gone online. And also there's so much more to gain by backstabbing someone online in general. You can backstab someone without facing repercussions, just to look good in front of other people. You know how easy it is? Like when I get canceled, you know what really stings? People that I thought were friends that'll tweet, yeah, I always knew there was something wrong with that guy. You know?
Yeah.
That is like so shitty.
Yeah, they're trying to like build off the I would be like, well, that one's out of the picture.
That's happened. Yeah, that's happened. Don't worry.
Yeah,
that's
you
happened.
might as well. Yeah.
That's
I mean,
not a
and
friend.
that's actually the thing. Like, it's kind of funny in my part because I generally don't mind haters. Because once upon a time, I already learned that people who are willing to hate me and be very vocal about their hate act as a filtration system for me. Anybody who is willing to listen to the haters and these people advocating for, you know, my demise or whatever, if they're willing to listen to those people without hearing my side of the story, they're people that I would never consider friends or people I would like to consider part of my community. I want the people that have the mature intellect to be like, okay, fine, I hear your side, but you know, I checked out Hermes and she doesn't seem to check out, like she doesn't seem to be that kind of person. Like let's have an open conversation. Like they literally, I have literally put them in my life as a filtration device.
Cool.
Where I'm like, okay, they'll just catch all the people that are willing to blindly follow and not give any chances. I don't want those people in my community.
Yeah, that's
so,
that's a whole other type of internet friend, the dick sucker friends. Like they're I just reacted to, I was just looking into the Johnny Somali case. Johnny Somali's harassing people in South Korea, and he's,
shocker.
like you know, he's basically, he has a court case and the whole thing. But anyway, like I was looking into someone did an interview with Johnny Somali's best friend. And it's like, how could you be his best friend? Like, they make content together. Like, why?
Yeah.
And they're like, why do you support Johnny Somali? And it's like, well, I support freedom of speech. And it's like, bro, he is threatening women in public to rape them. This is not freedom of speech.
Well, and that's the problem. I hate this advocacy for freaking freedom of speech. It is the most blanketed statement.
It's a catch-all.
Yeah, it is a catch-all phrase where it's like, yeah, you're allowed to say whatever you want because freedom of speech, and then these people will go around saying some of the most hateful, vile shit, and they're
like saying
freedom
things,
of speech.
that's one thing, all right? Saying things is one thing. It's like actually, you know, physically doing things. It's like, hey, freedom of speech, so I put a bomb threat out. It's like, bro, what are you talking? It's not freedom of speech.
Well, but that's
a
what I'm
felony,
saying,
bro.
like, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of people literally look at that and think, well, he didn't actually put a bomb somewhere. He just threatened a bomb.
Yeah, that's
like,
stupid.
and it's like, that's not freedom of speech. But people literally they're like, yes, it is. He's allowed to say whatever he wants.
That's the point. That is why there's a line in the sand. That is why there is an arbitrary line in the sand legally on things that are technically speech that are not considered freedom of speech. Like, in general, incitement to violence, I don't think is saved by freedom of speech. But then you'll have, your free speech absolutists that'll be like, yeah, I put death threats and bomb threats and rape threats and sexually harassed people, but freedom of speech. And it's like, no, go to jail now, please.
Yeah, and then America's wondering why the suicide rate is skyrocketing. They're like, I don't understand. It's like, well, maybe because when anybody touches.
But that's terrible example because Japan does not have free speech and the suicide rate is bigger there. Okay, so like,
yeah, touche.
Anyway, that said and done. Friendships on the internet are hard to find real ones, and it's even harder to find ones that won't eventually betray you for some arbitrary reason. That is why cherish your loved ones in real life and actually make real-ass relationships. Don't always just sit there trying to get things out of it. However, call me a cynic, but you gotta be wary, all right? You gotta be wary.
Absolutely.
When someone is friends with you, you gotta think from their perspective, are they just friends with you because they want to get something out of it? And it's a shitty thing to think, but it might save
hope
your
for the
ass.
best. Hope for the best, but expect the worst.
True.
Like, because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I have had friends or have friends who I've met online that are very, very good and cherished IRL friends. Like, they became that. They managed to break over that boundary and find that place in like, my heart and everything like that. But it is so few and far between. Like, I have met a lot of people online, and it's very, very few and far between. And because of that, like, because of that factor, you never know if somebody sees you and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, you're a-okay,"
yeah,
when you have small numbers,
or are you an opportunity?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And
but anyway,
like,
it's shitty.
Yeah. Yep. It absolutely is. And I mean. You okay over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, sir.
Yeah. But anywho, that's about it. That's been our 69 minutes. Thank you all so much for being here. Appreciate you guys a lot.
Did we even hit the technical number? Are we there yet?
Well, we got to do a separate intro for this video, remember? So,
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
We are at the 69-minute mark, so we must leave you.
True. True.
Our friendship only lasts about 69 minutes a week. More than that, suicide rate would get even higher.
Yep, absolutely.
So definitely subscribe. Appreciate you guys.
At least by 2.
Check out Hermes. She's fine.
True. Don't give me too much credit. So, yep, fine is perfect. I am fine, indeed.
Whatever,
I am a glorious mess. I am a natural disaster in the making. I'm a functional, dysfunctional mess. ×2. Also, Nux, he's great. I think he does lore content or something.
I had like such an amazing line, but again, I don't want to cross that line of like sexual harassment to sexual harassment. So
what the fuck is sexual harassment?
That's positive harassment. Thank you so much for being here, and remember,
wait, are you bitching out on something?
To stay weird, fam.